You've just arrived at a quiet little place tucked away in the heart of Japan. A traditional wooden house with sliding doors made of rice paper and the faint scent of hinoki wood drifting through the air. Outside, the rain is falling softly, gentle drops tapping on the tiled roof, each one a rhythm of calmness, a heartbeat of the earth. You remove your shoes before stepping onto the tatami mat. Your bare feet touch the woven straw, cool at first, then warm as your body settles into the space. You're greeted by a woman wearing a white yukata. Her voice is soft, melodic, like wind brushing through bamboo leaves. She bows slightly, hands pressed together, and you bow back without thinking. Drawn into the grace of her movement, she leads you down a narrow hallway lit by paper lanterns. The light glows amber, flickering gently with each step. You can hear a faint melody of a shakuhachi flute in the background, a sound that feels ancient. Healing, timeless, you enter a small room, minimal, calm, perfect. Low table with a steaming teapot, a folded towel resting on a bamboo tray, and a small bowl filled with smooth black stones. The woman invites you to sit. The tatami creaks softly beneath you, a whisper of wood and air. You take a deep breath, and in that breath you feel centuries of tradition. The quiet art of care passed down through generations. She kneels beside you and pours a cup of warm green tea. The sound of liquid flowing fills the silence. You wrap your hands around the cup, feeling the heat soak into your skin. The scent of roasted matcha and jasmine blends with the air, sweet, earthy, grounding. She explains in a slow, melodic tone that this is a Japanese head-to-toe relaxation ritual, a treatment not only for the body, but for the mind and the spirit. It begins not with touch, but with breath. She instructs you to close your eyes. You hear her breathing softly beside you, and you follow in through the nose, out through the mouth. Slower still. Each breath is a wave washing over you, pulling you deeper into stillness. You hear the faint sound of oil being warmed, rice bran oil infused with yuzu and camellia petals. The scent floats through the room, fresh, citrus, floral, like sunlight after rain. She drizzles a few drops into her palms, a quiet, sticky sound, and rubs them together slowly. Her hands move like silk, the soft friction creating a whisper of heat. Now, she begins the massage, starting with the head. As tradition says, the mind must first be calm before the body can follow. Her fingertips trace small circles across your scalp, just at the base of your skull. Tiny spirals of pressure release the tension you didn't even know you were holding. The sound of her movements, the brush of hair, the faint glide of oil creates a gentle rhythm. Steady and soothing. She moves to your temples, pressing, holding, releasing, and every press feels like a wave dissolving another thought. You feel the muscles soften under her touch, the breath deepen, the body surrender. Soft ambient hum, the rain outside grows softer now, almost as if it's listening to. Your shoulders drop, your heartbeat slows. In this moment, nothing exists except the warmth of her palms, the scent of camellia, the sound of your own breath melting into the rhythm of hers. When she finishes the head massage, she wipes her hands gently with a hot towel. The faint hiss of steam fills the air. She whispers that next will be the neck and shoulders. And you can already feel anticipation, that slow, delicious sense of letting go, bit by bit, layer by layer. You are safe. You are still. You are home in this moment. The woman moves behind you now. Her presence feels calm and grounded, as if the air itself bends around her energy. You can sense her focus before she even touches you. Every gesture is slow, intentional, as though she's speaking in the silent language of touch. She drapes a warm towel around your shoulders. The weight of it is comforting, not heavy, but grounding. Steam rises slowly, and you feel the moist heat seep into your skin, loosening the knots beneath the surface. She pours a few drops of warm oil into her palms, rice bran blended with sandalwood, and a hint of ginger. The scent is deep and earthy, anchoring your breath. You hear her palms glide together, spreading the warmth evenly, then pause, a silence before the first touch. Her hands land softly at the base of your neck, warm, firm, present. She presses her thumbs gently along the muscles that stretch from your neck to your shoulders, slow, deliberate, symmetrical. Each press feels like a wave rolling outward, drawing tension away with every motion. You can hear the faint rhythm of her breathing, steady and calm, and you instinctively match it. In and out. With each exhale, your body sinks deeper. Your shoulders melt under her hands as if the bones themselves are sighing. She works methodically, her thumbs tracing invisible lines across the trapezius muscles, finding the hidden tightness that lives where effort and emotion meet. When she finds one, she pauses, applies pressure, then releases. Release feels electric, a sudden softness, a rush of blood and warmth. Quiet oil sounds or movements glide upward now over your shoulders to the back of your neck. Her fingers make slow, circular motions, not hurried, not mechanical, but flowing alive like water tracing the shape of a stone. You hear the faint sound of the oil being absorbed by your skin, that delicate, sticky whisper that only exists in silence. She leans in slightly, her hands cupping the back of your neck, her thumbs pressing gently just below the skull. This is the occipital point, a sacred place in Japanese massage where the body meets the mind. She presses there, slowly, deeply, and suddenly you feel a pulse of warmth spread through your head, down your spine, through your chest. It's as if your whole body exhales with her touch. She moves again, small motions, lifting and rolling your shoulders with a rhythm like slow waves brushing the shore. Each roll is followed by a moment of stillness. That stillness is what makes it powerful, the space between motion and rest, between effort and ease. Outside, the rain continues to fall softly, each drop merging with the rhythm of her movements. You start to lose track of time. Your mind begins to float, not asleep, not awake, just suspended in warmth and silence. She massages the sides of your neck now, fingers gliding just beneath the ears, down toward the collarbone. The strokes are feather light, so delicate that they make your skin tingle. She pauses again. You hear her take a deep breath and you feel her presence, still centered. Her focus seems to slow the air itself. Then she begins a gentle tapping motion, her fingertips drumming softly across your shoulders, a technique known as Katie Day, used to stimulate energy flow. Tapping is light but rhythmic, a heartbeat of touch. You can almost hear the sound, soft, hollow like rain on bamboo. She finishes with long, sweeping strokes from the back of your neck, down across your shoulders, and outward toward your arms. Each stroke feels like a closing note, a whisper of gratitude from her hands. Towel around your shoulders is replaced with a fresh one, warm and damp. She wipes away the remaining oil slowly, then folds the towel neatly, placing it beside her. You open your eyes slightly. The room still glows in amber light. The air feels thick with calmness, as though the world itself has slowed down to match the rhythm of your breath. She whispers softly in Japanese, Deijibu desu ka? Are you okay? Her tone is pure care. You nod slowly, and she smiles. Now, she says, it is time for the back massage where the deepest relaxation begins. You lie face down now. The tatami mat feels firm but gentle beneath you. Your body is warm, your breath slow, your thoughts distant like clouds drifting over a still lake. The therapist unfolds a clean white towel, and with careful precision she drapes it over your back, aligning the edges perfectly with your shoulders and spine. Every motion she makes feels intentional, like a quiet ritual of respect. Asterisk, you hear her preparing the oils again. A few drops fall into her hands, a subtle, watery sound, followed by the faint rhythm of her palms rubbing together. The air fills with a new scent, yuzu and hinoki wood, a blend both sweet and sacred. She pauses. The silence that follows is comforting, a breath before connection. Then, her hands meet your back. Asterisk, warmth spreads instantly. First stroke glides from your lower back all the way up to your shoulders, slow, steady, endless. It feels like being painted with sunlight. Her movements are synchronized with her breath. You could almost hear it in through the nose, out through the lips, slow, deliberate, calm. She uses both palms to create long, flowing motions up and down the spine, across the shoulders, then outward, tracing the shape of your ribs. Each pass melts a layer of tension, each motion carrying away what no longer needs to stay. Asterisk, she leans in slightly, adding gentle pressure with the heel of her hand. You can hear the subtle slide of skin and oil, that sticky, silky whisper unique to this moment. As she works deeper, her thumbs move along the spine, never directly on the bone, but tracing the muscles beside it, awakening the body's natural energy flow. Ki in Japanese philosophy, it's said that when ki moves freely, peace follows. Each slow circle she makes is a reminder that stillness can be alive, that healing doesn't need words. Asterisk, the rain has turned softer now, a delicate drizzle like nature's own ASMR. She shifts position, kneeling beside you, Her forearms now move in broad arcs across your back. Press, glide, release. Press, glide, release. Each sequence builds a rhythm, a pattern that feels like music played on your skin. You lose awareness of where her hands begin or end. The body becomes one continuous field of sensation, warmth, pressure, air, sound, blending seamlessly together. Asterisk, sometimes she pauses. She lets her palms rest still on your back, just resting, not moving at all. And yet, you can feel the energy, the quiet pulse of her presence. She whispers gently, her voice barely audible. Relax, let go. And you do. Asterisk, the muscles in your lower back soften under her thumbs. She presses slowly along the lumbar region, tracing ancient meridians, pathways where life force travels unseen. Each touch feels deliberate, as though she's speaking to your body in a forgotten language. Then, using her fingertips, she begins a light tapping motion, quick, fluttering, rhythmic. It's called tekazura, a traditional Japanese technique meant to awaken circulation. The sound is like raindrops scattered on silk. She follows the tapping with long strokes again, from spine to shoulder, from shoulder to hip. Pattern continues, like waves returning to the shore over and over. Asterisk, you hear the quiet creak of the floorboards as she shifts, moving with slow grace to the other side. The moment feels timeless, as though hours could pass in this silence and you'd never notice. Now she uses a warm towel again, laying it gently over your back. Steam rises as it touches your skin. You hear the faint hiss, the union of water and heat. She presses the towel down slowly with both hands, allowing the warmth to sink deeper. It feels like the final seal of relaxation, the completion of something sacred. Asterisk, your heartbeat echoes faintly in your ears now, steady, slow, rhythmic, matching the sound of the falling rain. The therapist leans close to whisper softly. Your body remembers peace. You smile slightly without opening your eyes. You don't need to speak. Your breath says everything. Asterisk, when the towel is removed, your skin feels renewed, like every cell has been washed in calmness. She bows quietly beside you, hands resting in her lap. Her energy feels lighter, as though she's bowing not only to you, but to the moment itself. The sound of her voice floats through the room again. Now, we move to the arms and hands, the path of flow and giving. The air hums softly as she prepares the next phase. You stay lying there, awake yet dreaming. The therapist moves gracefully to your side. You feel her presence before you feel her touch, a gentle shift in the air, a warmth that approaches slowly, like sunlight creeping across a quiet room. She folds the towel that covered your back neatly, with a faint rustle of fabric. Then, with quiet care, she lifts one of your arms. The weight of it surprises you, soft, heavy, relaxed. You didn't realize how much tension you've been carrying there. Until now. Asterisk, a few drops of warm oil fall into her palms. The sound is small but full, a whisper of liquid warmth. She rubs her hands together slowly, and the gentle slick sound blends with the rhythm of her breath. This oil is infused with sakura blossoms and rice milk, a fragrance so delicate it seems to float, sweet and powdery, like spring air after rain. Her hands begin their slow, deliberate movement along your arms, starting at the wrist, moving upward in long, gliding strokes. The warmth travels through your skin like a current. She applies just enough pressure to awaken sensation, but not enough to disturb the peace that settled deep within you. Asterisk, her thumbs move in gentle spirals along your forearms, circling, pausing, circling again. Each rotation presses away the stiffness that gathers from hours of effort. Each breath she takes feels synchronized with your pulse. She pauses briefly, then cradles your hand between both of hers, her fingers wrapping softly around your palm. She holds it still, and for a few seconds she doesn't move. You can feel her warmth radiating through your skin, a quiet, wordless communication of care. Asterisk, in Japanese philosophy, the hands represent the bridge between self and others. They're how we give, how we connect, how we express our place in the world. So this part of the ritual is more than touch. It's a conversation between two spirits, spoken through skin, through silence. Now she begins to massage each finger, one by one, slowly, reverently. Thumb, index, middle, ring, little. Each finger receives a soft, twisting motion from base to tip. At the end of each, she gives a tiny pull and release, a quiet pop sound, almost inaudible. Like a sigh escaping from your joints, you exhale deeply. She repeats the process on your palm, tracing invisible patterns with her thumbs. Small circles, then long lines from the center of your hand outward. Your palm feels alive now, tingling, pulsating, breathing on its own. Asterisk, she moves to your upper arm, pressing gently along the biceps and triceps, using both hands in a rhythm that's almost hypnotic. Up, down, slow, smooth, symmetrical. Occasionally, she taps her fingertips lightly, like raindrops dancing on bamboo. The sound is faint, but it travels through your body like a pulse. The warmth of her hands mixes with the cool air of the room. You feel every texture, the glide of oil, the whisper of skin against skin. Faint creak of wood as she shifts her posture. Then she wraps your arm in a warm towel, pressing softly to absorb the oil. The heat from the towel feels grounding, a gentle seal, as if locking in everything she's given you. Asterisk, when she finishes one arm, she moves to the other side with the same quiet precision. Every gesture mirrors the first, balanced, harmonious, symmetrical. There's a feeling of perfect rhythm now, a dance of touch and breath, motion and pause. She whispers softly, her voice floating just above the sound of the rain. Your hands carry your life's work. Let them rest. Her words settle into you like a lullaby. When she finishes the second arm, she gently places both of your hands together, palm to palm, in a quiet symbolic gesture honoring connection. Gratitude, stillness. Asterisk, now, she says. Final stage awaits, the legs and feet, where the journey returns to the earth. The faint sound of pouring water echoes from the corner, a small wooden bowl being filled. You could almost imagine the steam rising from it, soft and white, curling into the quiet air. The room feels warmer now, the air thick with peace. The rain outside has slowed to a drizzle, just a faint tapping on the wooden roof. Steady and soft like a lullaby for the soul, the therapist unfolds another towel, fresh and white, and drapes it gently over your legs. Her movements are slow, deliberate, as though she's wrapping you in calm itself. Asterisk, she pours a few drops of warm oil into her palms, a blend of green tea and camellia seed, used for centuries in Japanese healing traditions. The scent rises earthy, soothing, with a hint of sweetness. You hear the faint rhythm of her palms rubbing together, spreading the warmth evenly before she begins. Then her hands touch your calf. Asterisk, her palms glide upward from the ankle toward the knee, slow, steady, with just enough pressure to awaken the muscles. The oil warms your skin, and the tension that once held your legs dissolves like mist. She works in long, continuous strokes, press, glide, release. Press, glide, release. Her movements are rhythmic, almost like a tide moving in and out. Each motion draws energy upward, toward the heart, toward the breath. You can feel the gentle flow of ki, life force, circulating freely again. Asterisk, she moves to your thighs now, using her forearms to apply deeper pressure. The weight feels grounding, firm but kind. Every stroke ends with a gentle lift, a subtle reminder that even gravity can be graceful. You can hear the faint slip of her skin against yours, the quiet drag of warmth and oil, tiny sounds that seem amplified in the stillness. She kneads the muscles with slow, rhythmic motions, alternating hands, letting the body guide her pace. Your breathing follows, longer now, slower, each inhale melting into the next exhale. Asterisk, she now takes your foot into her hands. The warmth of her palms fills the space instantly. Her thumbs move in small circles along your heel, pressing into the soft tissue, unlocking the last remaining tension. Then, she slides her thumbs up the arch of your foot, a long, sweeping motion that makes every nerve sigh. Each stroke seems to echo in your chest, a wave of release spreading upward. She massages each toe gently, rolling, pressing, releasing, just as she did with your fingers. The hair is identical, balanced. Hold. Asterisk, you hear her whisper softly in Japanese tradition. The feet are the roots of the body. They carry us through the world. They deserve gratitude. Her hands slow down now, her touch turning feather light, barely brushing the surface of your skin. Like wind passing through tall grass, she finishes by placing both hands over your feet, holding them still, transmitting warmth, presence, peace. Asterisk, and then silence. The rain outside stops. The room is utterly still. You can hear only your breath, deep, steady, whole. She takes a final towel, warm, damp, infused with yuzu. Gently, she wipes away the remaining oil. Her movements are tender, reverent. Each pass feels like a goodbye wrapped in gratitude. Asterisk, she whispers quietly in Japanese. Atsukara-sama Deshita. It means thank you for your effort. A phrase used not only for work, but for life itself. She bows deeply beside you, And though you cannot see it, you feel the sincerity in the air, like a still vibration of kindness that lingers even after motion stops. She places a small cup of tea beside you, warm matcha, foamy and green. The faint clink of porcelain against wood is the final sound before silence returns. You open your eyes slowly. The lantern light flickers gently, painting gold reflections across the tatami floor. Everything feels lighter, your body, your mind, your breath. Asterisk, this session ends not with the words, but with a deep stillness, a silence that feels alive. You take one last breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and as you rise, you realize something subtle has changed. The world looks softer, the air feels clearer, and your heart beats in rhythm with the sound of peace itself. Asterisk, this is the art of the Japanese massage, not simply a touch, but a return to harmony, to stillness, to self.